Hi everyone, and welcome back to week 4, and we are going to be still looking at this beautiful picture that I've got on the screen. Yesterday we were looking at setting descriptions and how we can use senses and create suspense throughout the paragraph. And I have got 2 pieces of work that have been sent to me by 2 lovely children in my class. So the first one we're going to be looking at is Leon's. There she was, a girl setting an overcast over the foreboding mist as she held out a delicately crafted lamp, an eerie wind whistling through the air. The only thing that could be glimpsed through this hell was the river slowly making its way up the banks towards her. Brilliant, Leon, well done. You've really created a scary image in my head. You've used some lovely vocabulary in there as well, like delicately. And also, you have used the senses as well to help describe what you want me to think in my head. You've created suspense throughout this paragraph because I'm sitting here thinking, why is the girl there? What's she doing there? Because I wouldn't want to be in a place that you've described. So this really makes me want to read on. So good boy, well done. The next piece of work that I've had sent to me is by Tom. Hi Tom, thank you for sending your work in. Dense fog covered the slapping waves of the sea. The eerie sound of wails could be heard in the distance. A ghostly pirate ship glided silently across the waves. Clanking chains and sorrowful cries contributed to the ghostly atmosphere. Wow, Tom, that's amazing as well. You've also really used your senses as well to help me picture this image in my head. You have used lovely vocabulary as well. And this sentence at the end, sorrowful cries contributed to the ghostly atmosphere. That's causing suspense as well, because I'm wondering, where are these cries coming from? And I'm sitting here thinking, oh, I really want to carry on reading and finding out what that is. So today we are going to be looking at activity 2, and we are going to be looking at describing the character in this picture, which is the girl. We are going to think about, how would you describe the girl? What does she look like? How is she likely to be feeling at this point in the story? And then after we've come up with lots of different ideas, we're then going to be writing a character description of the girl. So on this slide, I have written some of the ideas that I came up with when I was looking at this picture. So I thought of her being a young girl because she looks quite young in the photo. She's floating on the water like a ghost, so I've used a simile in there as well. The figure was reflected into the water because you can just about see it in the water below her, dressed in white. Now, when I was thinking about this, maybe this could mean that she's a pure character who couldn't do any harm, because to me, she looks quite innocent and young and sweet. She's also holding a lantern, so maybe she might be going into the dark somewhere. And also, when I was looking at her face, she looks like she's quite comfortable. She doesn't look like she's scared at all. She looks like she's quite used to being there as well. I have put on this slide the paragraph that I wrote yesterday as well, because it's really important that we read through our writing to make sure that it's consistent throughout and that one piece of writing follows on from the next. So I'm going to start off by reading the paragraph that I wrote yesterday, and then I'm going to continue on to the next part. All was silent among the fog-stricken river. Minute waves rippled, battling for domination as they overlapped one another in the eerie breeze. The air was so thick with fog that you could barely see anything in the distance. Intriguingly, the only thing that could be spotted was a dark shadow lurking in the remoteness. A young girl floated effortlessly upon the water. Her ghostly figure was reflected into the glass-like lake below. Dressed in pure white and only holding a lantern, she stared motionless into the water. Nobody knew why such an innocent-looking girl was inhabiting such a haunted place, but she looked comfortable here. It was almost as if this ominous city had been graced with her presence for decades. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through this second paragraph and explain to you what I've done a little bit more and break it down. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a contrast between the first paragraph and the second one. I want to make it out as if this beautiful character is in this haunted place, and it makes it quite interesting to show the difference between the two situations. I've tried to use a range of different sentence structures, such as simple sentences and compound sentences, because I want to change the reader's reading pattern. It makes it more interesting to the reader, so it's not the same all of the time. I've also used lots of different good adjectives as well to help the reader develop a really good image in their head of what I want them to think of. So what I want you to do now is you are going to go and write your beautiful description of this beautiful young girl, and I cannot wait to hear them and see what you come up with tomorrow.